Hey guys, and welcome back to the SOTL. We've had a bit of an intermission again, a couple of hours, but now we are back. Yet again, I'm joined by Stormless once more, as all things shall be in order. And he's forgotten to unmute himself again.
Oh no, the mute button. Oh, Tenchi. It's just because you're muting me and I'm muting me as well. I just assumed, But
I think
hello, everyone.
what I'm gonna do for the next one is that if you mute yourself and you forget to, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, like awkwardly cutting you off. And
Thank you. It's a really easy thing to do, especially when you're mixing up with other people. Apologies. Good. And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning back in to the rest of the series. We had a good series earlier, didn't we, Tenchi?
we did actually. Couple of those games, like in the middle of things, were, they turned out to be quite exciting, to be honest.
Azure penalty was very good.
Yeah, that one was cool. Psyarch Ranger was also a very interesting game. But, I think the way where the way we finished things though was between SYF and VTLU1.
Because that was a 3-0 if I
yeah, but I still think the game on Acolyte Hut versus Miyomika was definitely quite competitive. No, pardon me. No, I'm mixing that up.
Are you thinking Kiwi and Red?
I'm mixing up Azure and Penalty. Because I was thinking about like the TVT on Acolyte. Yeah, so
I see.
That was like the solid game for today. Like
of course, Kiwi and Red is where we had the Protoss. We had the discussion about the positioning and everything. Actually, so
yeah, like that was more interesting in terms of basically we could take the discussion. I think talk about like things with the game. Not so much about the match itself, because that one was it wasn't really that climactic.
I'm kind of just having a look. So at the moment, if you go to the standings, and anybody who's on the stream currently can do this by, if you want to see at any point ! brackets, we'll bring up the brackets. And you can see, I mean, so Bear Me is in a great position right now. They've cleared 3-0 both rounds, both last week and this week.
Dan,
doing really well.
You need to join the party, by the way, so we can host and get the.
Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah.
Get this show on the road.
Thank you very much. Let me know. Yeah, like some of the other teams. In fact, some of the teams that 3-0'd last week have been 3-0'd this week. It's a real mix and match of how the games are going and how the. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how the teams are performing. It's really. It's kind of funny to see.
It is, right?
I'm in and I'm ready.
Are you?
Yep. Yeah.
I see it.
But sadly, I mean, like Ape Gaming and VTLU2, who we're currently watching at the moment. I mean, we've already got VTLU1, of course, the only Vietnamese team that exists, according to their Team Liquid page, is, they VTLU1 has lost both of their rounds so far. So VTLU2 needs to pull this one through for the Vietnamese.
Hold on, I'm just with everyone ready. Checking here with both of our players. Alright, so we have been given the sign to go. Yeah, it's going to be PvT here on Acolyte between Karsa from VTLU and Phoenix Sonsky from Ape Gaming Esport. Ape Gaming Esport. Ape. I feel as if the APE is like an abbreviation of something, but
no. I mean, their profile design is an ape. So
yeah, I know, but like I just sort of feel as if because it's capitalized, but yeah, we'll see anyway. We're gonna go into this game here, guys. Mind you that it is displayed right there. You can see on the overlay 0-1 because VTLU gets a walkover. I believe it is because Ape Gaming failed to submit a lineup of players in time. So That's like
Correct.
a small disadvantage there coming into this series already, which you know, of course, isn't great here if you're jumping into Team League like this. But maybe it won't matter. Maybe they are like sick nut ballers. We'll see. Here we are, guys, coming into this game. Playing the top right in the green for VTLU1. It is going to be Sword Art, also known as
Castle.
Casa. VTLU2, pardon me.
Absolutely right. And Tenchi in the bottom left-hand side of Acolyte. We have in the blue trunks playing as the Terran. It is going to be Phoenix on behalf of Ape Gaming Esport.
Apparently, oh, SOTL Gaming community team. I thought it was going to be like the SOTL main. Ooh, okay. Probe and SCV actually pass one another there. Seeing an SCV come out like this, if Castle's paying attention and he comes in now, like if he can come in and see the double gas, he's gonna be like, okay, you're gonna proxy me right off the bat. But he's not gonna see anything, man. Where is that Proberino? He's gonna pop up and see like, hey, Marine first as well. Like this is an even greater indicator that this is some kind of proxy play coming in. I think Casa, I mean, if he's on top of his game, he knows that there's some sort of shenaniganry coming his way.
Yeah, it's a nice early block for scouting. Probe has nothing left to do but to scour the map, trying to find this factory that's going up. Oh, Tenchi, this is great. This is what we were seeing before. Best of ones, high aggression. You don't get a second chance. This isn't a best of three. Can't test your player out. He is going to be delivering a strategy that is aimed completely at the throat. One chance. If it messes up, it could be a point against his team. It's risky. We spoke about this before.
Yeah, okay, so he's getting the reactor now, and he's going to get medevac. So the question is he going to go into double Cyclone production, or is it going to be double Widowmine production? Because he can really do either, depending on what he feels like. The Cyclone option does give you a little bit more straight-up fighting power. The Widowmines are, I would say, a little bit more consistent when it comes to doing economical damage. Now, on the other side of things, I mean, back at home, you can see that he's starting to grow his marine count a little bit. Obviously, his command center is going to be very, very late in comparison to the expansion of the Protoss, who's actually... Whoa, dude, he's like... double Stargates outside of his base? He also finds this, actually. He sees the proxy, and it is going to be Liberator and double Cyclone. There needs to be a pylon at the front, but he's taken the pocket expansion initially, and there's no pylon by the ramp here, you can see. So defending this area, which is so crucial, this can actually be a disaster here for Casa.
Oh, it looks like he's wide open to attack.
No, he is. He is.
Cyclones clear up that stalker immediately. They know exactly where they're going. They already have the advantage of being most of the way up the map. And we see that the Adept is also trying to get back in time, but it's not going to be able to do anything. We have one stalker pylon going up at the front with defense for the Mothership core. The Cyclones are just hanging around, maybe waiting for the Liberator.
Even the Marines are coming up. Stalker gonna get gunned down right away. Adept pretty much taken out of the fight immediately. He cannot close the gap right now. He needs to get these air units in there, but you can see all of these Marines, there's just 6 of them in total. Doesn't look like a lot, but this is making things so much harder here for the Protoss. He has definitely been a little bit greedy now. Photon overcharge gets popped, shaves off a single Marine, which of course is nice, but he's only got 2 gateways worth of production. He needs to get more Stargate units in here, but there are 4 of these Cyclones present right now. So much damage represented in these units.
What's he waiting for?
Just wants to get the right engagement here. That's a good pick off there. Gets the pylon.
Yeah, it's really nice that he's moving the Liberators up like this, just making sure they find the right position. Intently focusing, taking down that Liberator before they get onto the probes. Cyclones, will they be able to take down all of these? They're focusing what looked like the Mothership core, but they changed. Loads of probes going down here. 10, 11, 12. We get 15 probes. This is a huge damaging blow to Protoss right at the start of the game.
Yeah, well, the Phoenixes actually turn out to be a very good choice. They will be able to knock one of these Cyclones out of the engagement. A little bit messy right there, but he will clean it up for now. 19 probes in total dying. But mind you, his double Nexus. So he can produce workers a little bit quicker than his opponent, who's still stuck on only a single CC. Now he starts his natural command center, but you can see here at 6 minutes in, it's so late. So he has two options right down. Either he continues the pressure and just tries to end the game outright, or he allows Protoss enough time to start rebuilding that economy, which he will be able to equalize eventually, simply because he has doubled the worker production.
Absolutely, yeah. This is an interesting one. I mean, I think it's dangerous to continue this push because he's just invested so much in army, and he doesn't really have that same kind of mass that he used to overcome the main Nexus originally. So with the army that Protoss has now, they can probably handle this and keep pushing the back whilst building up that economy. But if he stays on one base, I think he's very limited.
Okay, this is a bit scary now. Having the Viking in position is actually making things a lot harder here for Protoss. You can see here that it's very effective at dealing with these Phoenixes in low numbers. Now, Void Ray is coming out. This is a great choice here from Casa.
Absolutely.
The Void Ray with Prismatic Alignment can easily gun down the Viking and then target down these Cyclones as well. They deal so much damage as his armored units. It's just all about playing around with that, as well as trying to stay under the pylon coverage here.
I'm surprised. I mean, he must know that the Stargates are kind of outside of the main. Maybe he could have gone for those.
That's scam,
does he know
man.
they're there?
Yeah, he does know. You can see that he's sending a Marine down there now. He was attacking it a little bit earlier on, but anyway, to focus on this, you can see he's got 4 Marines. He can use that bunker, leapfrogging in and out. Prismatic Alignment gets popped right away, but look at how much damage he's doing to that Void Ray. Starts targeting it with the lock-on ability. Now he retreats into the safety of the bunker. A couple of these units do get taken out, but he does lose the Void Ray and the Phoenix. Looking very dicey here for either side. Can really be anyone's game, but I still think that Phoenix is in a decent spot. I really like what he's doing here with the bunkers. It makes it so much harder for Protoss to push him off.
It's really interesting actually, just even watching the kind of economies here. Like they're constantly producing at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, because they're just stuck to the bases they have, we finally see that Phoenix is going for his second CC, which may help kind of turn the tide here, but it's the insane pressure, constant expenditure. Yeah,
he's going to dive in right there. Trade a couple of Stalkers for another one of those Cyclones. Looks as if Casa wants to start slowly moving forward with these pylons, sort of attempting to leapfrog, similar to what his opponent is doing with the bunkers. Now, second Void Ray hits the field. Prismatic Alignment gets popped. He needs to bring that Void Ray out of range, but he's mismicroing this. It's just severe damage being suffered right there. Losing that Void Ray. His Grand Army is melting to the damage of the Cyclone's Photon Overcharge. Now popped. Again, going to be very late. So he won't be able to actually finish off 2 of these Cyclones. That would have been crucial for him to take out. With only 14 army supply remaining. Even though he has probes, he just doesn't have enough production to, get him that sort of bulk of army that could overpower this.
I think Phoenix may have sealed it there, to be honest, though. Especially now we're seeing Marines going for the Stargates. It looks like he might start to apply pressure to those production buildings just to make sure that, air superiority is a little more in his control.
We'll see, man. He's already got 1 Void Ray out, and if he can sort of pair this up with number 2 and then number 3, I think he's going to be in a decent spot there. Actually, double Prismatic Alignment would kill this so quickly. He needs to fight by the bunkers. It is going to force Phoenix to sort of back off a little bit. As, for all intents and purposes, Casa has stabilized. What a weird game this is, man.
It is, but it's interesting. It's a kind of... you can tell there's a lot of thought going into this from either players. Like, neither really has, like, the advantage. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like the Cyclones are low health. They can't dive. They're just waiting for these opportune moments. And actually being in the Protoss base is really advantageous for Protoss, because once they do build that critical mass, then they can go in, and then they can just wipe whatever is there, and you know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Such reverse. It's like being near the base is a disadvantage for Terran.
Okay, this is so. Yeah, see, it even forces him to drop these double mules because he wants to repair these cyclones. He's got a handful of them that are very low. He's actually not repairing them. I don't know what he was doing. Almost depowering these two Stargates, actually. Now he's going to get on that. A couple of Widow Mines do come in. This is where things get dicey for Protoss now. No, there's no detection. We do not have Cyclones. An Immortal is being produced right now. This is going to be a very powerful unit when dealing with these Cyclones, but he needs to get an Observer out there in order to be able to do something about these Widow Mines.
I think the fact that they just hit a probe is actually very, very good for Casa.
Yeah,
because he's going to
sure.
know now. That's very fortunate intel for him.
He can see the little fissure in the ground as well. Like if you go to his vision, you can see that on his screen there are these like little fissures.
This is interesting. Like, so we have the third CC coming up now for Phoenix. If he continues his pressure at the front for long enough, like.
Oh, Widow Mine doesn't do all too much damage. Prismatic Alignment gets popped. With the Immortal here as well, he can just gun down all of these so quickly. Moving forward, the Phoenixes here will take out this Viking. It looks as if Casa is somewhat keen on actually trying to hunt this down. Now, he doesn't have a Warp Prism, so you can't quickly reinforce the ground army. But with these Void Rays, the handful of Phoenixes, he might actually be able to go all the way back over there and continuously pressure here, because his third base, mind you, it's going to be so late here, right? So, like you pointed out, Phoenix has already got his third command center finished up. It's now in the hands of Casa to play catch-up economically.
Just noticing, I don't think we have we have no upgrades for Terran.
He's got +1
now,
attack.
like that. Oh, he does. Oh, sorry, I couldn't see the engineering bay. But oh yeah, there it is. I see. But the interesting thing is that now with like such a focus on this kind of like Cyclone Marine, he has a powerful army. I think he has the right army to at least defend. He's now cleared that area of his base. You see Terran there just scanning to see if the third has gone up. But I actually think he should focus on his economy and build up that really large army, because he's defended very well. I think actually that's one of the things we talked about earlier, like this aggression from Terran. It's nearly in a way working against him in the fact that he's constantly just throwing things up the map. He can continue to defend it and build up a big army. I think he can push back very well. I'm surprised that we still see the Stargates here. Hopefully he goes for that now, because they're like easy pickings.
Yeah, this Avoider here
really
as well.
easy choice to just go and remove those from the map.
It looks as if he wants to just try to go for the Jugular Vein right now. The 3 Immortals represented here. And of course, they're very effective versus the Cyclones, not versus the Marines so much. However, medevac count is very low. So this means that Phoenix does not have the same amount of staying power as he needs, necessarily to sort of hang on for longer. Can even see this transition right now from Casa. He's going in towards Disruptor's charge upgrade as well on the way, together with the Forge. Handful of sentries being opened in as well. These are very nice. I think this is going to be very important there. If you can get enough energy for Guardian Shield, it will make his units a lot more... it'll make them able to just absorb a little bit more fire there. Or even dropping a couple of force fields to couple that together with a good Purification Nova.
You speak a lot about air superiority, in a lot of the casting that we do. We don't have any Vikings or anything anymore. These void rates are going to be strong.
I don't think it's as important when it comes to this matchup. It's mainly in TVT that air control becomes like a big deal. Because Marines, remember, Dan, they do shoot up.
Absolutely.
Okay, damn.
Let's
Big
find
stim. Oh! Purification Nova on the left-hand side. Massive damage. Now Guardian Shield gets popped around. This concave from Terran is way too good. Forces the point-blank recall. There's a single pylon, but the Marines are here in numbers. And they're just going to gun down everything. So the Purification Nova shows up. Oh, the damage. 15 kills. But I think that this is too much, and that's it. Casa taps out. Phoenix finally breaks his back.
That was great. I didn't think Terran was going to be able to push through that way. That was great.
What a game, man. What a
game.
game. Gonna...
That was very kind of like on the edge for so long that, wow, yeah. It's funny for me, like, for me, I'm looking at things at kind of like face value, do you know what I mean? Like, just the size of an army and the kind of composition and air control, and it's like, that guy knew when to push. He did it well.
He mind you, he stalled things out there for Castle for such a long time, so it's I want to say as well,
economy stuff.
it was somewhat sloppy the way he engaged. I feel like he'd have been a lot more efficient many times there with just, again, the small micro things, man. Like we're seeing a lot of these like small mistakes that the higher you get up in terms of level of play, the more they matter. And just throwing away like 2 Void Rays when you don't really need to, you can sort of keep them a little bit further back. You can draw them out of range from those Cyclones, because you can see like within that like radius where they can lock onto air units, they can only focus on the air units, right? And so that means that your ground army can attack them for free without really being within a realm of danger. So just like small things like that, man.
I think that brings us to a 1-1. Oh my gosh, Tenchi.
Yeah.
We don't have a 3-0.
Feels good, man.
We have a 1-1 situation. Could we get an ace match in the 3rd series today?
Maybe. Let's see what games we have coming up. Asuma versus Kawhi. Okay.
TBT.
Yeah, 2 players that I'm not very familiar with. So it's going to be interesting to see. Jack D. Reaper, my boy. See if he can do it now. I was hoping.
I don't think we got to cast him last week.
No, we didn't.
Again,
we didn't.
You spoke a lot about him, and you hyped me up, and I was like, "Who's this guy? This is, Tenchi is. So enthusiastic.
I have a bunch.
In fact, the two people you've been most enthusiastic about, we haven't got to cast Scyther and
Seether.
Jack D. Reaper. Seether. Sorry,
we did get to cast
I read
Psyarch,
that different.
so that was like definitely a treat. So I was happy about that. But yeah, Jack the Reaper, he's my boy. I mean, I have a bunch of my boys, if that makes sense, like in plural. I have a bunch of boys.
Sorry, just checking out the current lobby chat at the moment. But all right, well, whilst we're getting some downtime, whilst the players just organize themselves, we can do our usual shout outs to the very big sponsor of the event, Dank Shrine, who's been very, very generous in helping to make this happen. And you guys can check out Dank Shrine. The link will be in the chat. I know we're on a bit of a delay, but you guys will be able to look up and see that. Go and check them out. Dank Shrine do a lot of SC2 podcasts with some really high name profile players and casters. Tenchi, you yourself have been on there.
Yeah, man. That was
Did you get ripped to pieces?
No, I didn't. We had a lot of fun. We were talking about WCS, like I think the event that was coming up then was Valencia, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Talked a little bit about Kung Fu Super League right before that started, and so I mean, it's just a good way to sort of stay in touch with what's going on in the scene, like what tournaments to keep an eye on, any sort of specific players and whatnot. Especially so if he brings on, an interesting highlighted player or like a caster who has a lot to say about, like whatever's going on really. So definitely recommend that you guys go check him out whenever he's going to be running one of those podcasts again. They're pretty solid, a lot of fun, and he's like a super chill dude, so it's good for everyone. Let's see if all the guys in the lobby are ready to go.
We all are.
Asuma is ready, just waiting for Kawhi. Okay, there we are.
I'm still just for those of you on the channel, if you see me kind of jump at any point, it's the menu screens for StarCraft. I'm still not used to some of them. It's like sometimes I just be sitting there like this, the head of my hand, and suddenly you just get the one with the what's the name of the Protoss guy from the campaign?
A tennis.
Atanis, yeah, who just jumps down and kills his Zerg. I'm like, whoa! But I love it. It is a game that keeps me on my toes constantly, even in the menu screen. It's
That's so cute, Dan.
Yeah.
I guess
I'm having a lot of fun. I am honestly having a lot of fun casting this game. It's very different for me, but it is so enjoyable on a number of levels.
Yeah, man.
I
StarCraft
can't wait
is a
till
sick
my
game.
skill set increases, so I can fully understand all the pieces that make this happen. But it is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Really enjoying it.
It is a superior RTS for like 10 million reasons, man. We can actually get into that a little later, but hey, let's get in here, guys. Game number 2. Although the score might look a little bit deceiving. It is actually the second game. So, down in the bottom right here, guys, it is going to be Kawhi. So, blue Terran player.
And on the top left side of Ascension to Ire.
Essential to Ire. Yeah.
It's going to be
Almost like a pirate.
It's going to be Aizma playing as the Terran in the red trunks. Ire.
Ascension to Ire.
Ire. I've got it. Okay.
Alright.
This week, do you know what? We had a lot more Terran games, and that's been really helpful to me. Terran is obviously the race I play. I love watching Terran. Do you know what I mean? It's coming like...
No, I don't know what you mean, Dan, because...
Because you're a filthy pro. I get it, but TVT is like... it's really interesting to me. I find like the micro and the positioning
TVT is
for these
sick,
races.
Like let's
Yeah,
be real.
it's really good.
Terran versus Terran is a very complicated matchup, and it's this kind of matchup, like, similar to ZBZ, takes a lot of intuition and just game sense of knowing the flow and pacing of the game. Like, when can I expect certain compositions to show up? How is my gas spending in comparison to my opponent's gas spending? Like, there are so many different intricacies that there's no way to really learn them bar just playing and grinding out these long, hard-fought, arduous TVTs, man. I'm looking forward to when you sort of start playing more and you improve, so you can sort of get into the rhythm of that. Because already now we are seeing a switch up. Asima is actually proxying right now. Proxy Cyclone into Proxy Starport, most likely going to be either a Raven or a Liberator. His first Reaper comes in here and does a little bit of damage. He's going to take down this one Marine. And see, simply because Kawhi is actually making a react right now, he doesn't have a single unit on the ground.
It seems unfortunate not to get something
Kawhi,
straight out of the barracks.
Kawhi has 900 minerals. He hasn't even made his orbital here. I don't know what he's doing, man. Is he just going to die to these two Reapers on the side? Yeah, he's dead. It's over, guys.
What? Wow! Caster's Cast. TVT, the best matchup. That was unfortunate. I think, yeah, as you said. Gotta build stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so what I think we just witnessed was a very wide skill gap between these two players. I believe that's what went down. I would be very...
It's tough to say. I mean, like, tournaments and stuff, you've got so many aspects that can throw you off, do you know what I mean? It's not like playing ladder. If you have pressure on you for any reason...
yeah, of course. But I think, like, to me, that was just, like, very straightforward. Not too much to say, like, in terms of actual analysis from my part.
Well, at least, Tenchi.
Yeah.
Thanks to the forfeit, because of course Ape Gaming, they didn't supply their lineup at the deadline, which means VTLU2, sorry, automatically had a game earlier. It means we will see a game 4 I'm gonna have a TVP
Okay.
Jack D Reaper versus Turn.
But it's a game 3 technically.
Well, yeah, okay. Game 3 or 4, however you like to see it.
It's only the score that changes, right? Like accordingly to, as if we would have played out those games.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 on how we place it. I think looking at the series, it makes sense to still call it game 4.
I mean,
But a difficult one.
we can debate that forever, to be honest. But
Let's not.
yeah, let's not. I feel as if in certain situations where I'd be like, yeah, you know, a lot more. What do you call it? God, I can't find the word I'm looking for here. I guess more easygoing, like within the cast itself. But now because I'm very tired, I'm just like, nah, Dan, nah. That's not how it is. You know? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I do.
Like sometimes when I'm casting and my co-caster says something that I don't think makes sense, I'll sort of try to be like,
no, let me get this straight. I am totally happy for you to correct me, because this and for anyone watching, like, this is kind of like my debut step into this scene. I'm loving the game. I'm loving what I've seen so far. Tenchi, you are guiding me through.
yeah,
And
I apologize.
and please feel free.
No,
I don't mind at all.
I apologize, like, beforehand, because this is like, generally I'm quite good at sort of just like, yeah, you know, like letting it flow off,
don't
like,
do
very
it.
naturally.
Don't do it.
But now because I'm so tired, I'm like, no, Dan, no,
Don't do it. I am.
You have to pay your
100%
taxes, Dan, or else you'll go to jail, Dan. That's how the world works, Dan. You know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Looks like the game is starting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, as I referenced earlier, you know, like this is a really nice tournament, and in the same way as like where I'm from and tournaments run like this, it's great exposure from people who aren't at the top of the limelight, you know. And that's nice, and also that's the same for me too.
That's true.
It's a nice little opportunity. I'm super grateful for the SSAC for allowing me to help launch their event. I'm having fun. Hopefully you guys are having fun too.
Yeah, man, it's pretty solid, isn't it? Second season, of course, of the SOTL guys for 2017, and it is fun to be back. Obviously, the only downside is that I'm absolutely like hammered into a bit. Yeah, I am shattered, man. It's definitely rough, you know, when you're like in this kind of position. Kind of sucks. Anyway, we're gonna jump into this game. Here we go, guys. So, down in the bottom left, in the blue, it is going to be Tunt as our Protoss representative.
That's right. Top right-hand side of Mech Depot. We currently have in the pink trousers. Interesting choice. It is Jack D Reaper from Ape Gaming.
Jack has the sickest hair, by the way, in real life. He's got like really long hair, man.
Oh?
Yeah, you know, have you seen The Raid? The movie The Raid?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of looks like one of the villains from that film, but with long hair. He definitely looks like the kind of guy who would just destroy you in like an MMA fight in real life. But he's super friendly, like super nice guy. It was like awesome to meet him in Turkmenistan. And again, cool to sort of see him play online, you know, that's one of the things I enjoy so much about just working at these online events, and then you can sort of couple that with the offline events I do sometimes, is that when you cast people and meet them in the flesh at these events and then you see them play online again, like, it always adds a little bit more to the story behind them, you know? And for me, it really makes things just all the more exciting.
It does. To be honest, I prefer when players are labeled as, you know, like, this guy was a monster. He like, you know, you can see him attacking everything and anything. If you describe him, you know, he's a really nice guy, and, you know, he's very polite and calm. I don't want to know that.
No,
I want to know that this guy is about to be incredibly vicious to his opponent.
Because it's like this, right? Consider this. Have you seen Psycho?
Of course.
Yeah. So Patrick Bateman is
the classic. Right?
He's like very polite and like well mannered, but then you know he's also a killer, right? And I think this might be the sort of similar storyline with Jack the Reaper.
I see where you're going. I like that.
It's you can't let the light sort of fool you here. It might be a false light, Dan. So
I see.
Don't walk towards the end of that tunnel, man. Because then you'll run into guys like Jack the Reaper, who will tear you a new one. We'll see now though, because TVP I'm not too sure how he feels in this one. I believe that he played versus Nice in Turkmenistan, Taiwanese Protoss, who's actually quite good. So that if I remember correctly now, he did not take a single game in their best of 3 series.
Tenshi, explain something to me.
What's up, man?
We have in the Terran base, we have the natural expansion already, but we do have the engineering bay, which has come out like before the factory and the starport. What is this indicative of?
Okay, so the only thing that he's really doing here now is that he's making sure to safeguard himself versus any kinds of Oracle plays. Because the Oracle will always show up, if it's built in the Protoss main base, at around 4 minutes 15 seconds, or if it's proxied around 3 minutes and 55 seconds. So you'll get it just as the Oracle arrives, pretty much.
And we're thinking engineering bay, so we can build the anti-aircraft turret.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boom.
That's what it's for. Now we are seeing something very cool here coming out of turn though. He is going to be going for the gravitic boost, which increases the movement speed dramatically over the warp prism. And with this, he's going to go in towards disruptor drops. This is something that was something we saw very often back in 2016, in the spring of 2016. This is when he kind of dominated this meta. And one of the players, actually a foreigner, who really helped popularize this style was none other than the North American Protoss player Puck, who notorious for his great warp prism and disruptor control. So really cool to see a throwback to this kind of build here from Turnt.
I think Turnt will have just spotted, because of the Observer and the Natural, that medevac going in with the Widow Mine. So should be able to bring something out to prevent that. He's going to know, if he was paying attention, that Widow Mines are on the cards from the drop. Not seeing too much reaction to it, though.
It's... I mean, the first thing is to see it, and then the second step is to identify it, right? Because those two things are very different. Now, the drops are going to be coming in at pretty much the same time. Coming through. One single Widow Mine here in the main base. See where it connects. That's 4 workers in total at the same time. Disruptor not firing away. He's not paying attention. Oh, okay, that's a good hit. 8 workers go down. Second Widow Mine here on the high ground gets 2 more workers. So 8 for 6 does favor Protoss. But Jack the Reaper has been a little bit better at just constantly making workers. So he is going to be ahead for a little bit here.
Let's not count it out yet, because the Widow Mines are still there.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And actually, there hasn't really been much done. This could be bad. Is tracking a good option? Oh, no!
Oh!
Oh, he moved. Oh, God,
yeah.
That probe made that so much worse.
Mistakes were made.
Oh, now he's moved all his stalkers there, so they can take the damage. Nice.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
don't worry. He's gonna have an observer now, so he can clean this up.
Good. I thought actually that probe that it was locking onto, it would probably just take a single.
Dan,
it's a shame.
Widow Mine in the main. He's not noticed.
Oh! Oh!
10 kill Widow Mine.
Look at the children. Seriously, I mean, like, I'm glad he's tidied that up now, actually. It's good he's got the Observer out with the Stalkers to go on to that. I'm interested by the Colossus is out. But a lot of damage has been done to his resource income.
Yeah, that's a ton of damage, man.
I don't know if he's going to be able to keep this up.
What Turn wanted to be doing here, I think he wanted to go into, like, either Blinkstalk or Colossus. He's getting charged now, right? But with taking so much economical damage, he's just really been slowed down so much. There's no third base on the way for him either. So even if he deflects this attack, if Jack the Reaper can just realize that, hey, I actually don't need to be really pushing super hard into you right now, then he can just sit back, start macroing up, and then just control, the timing of the third base for his opponent, and he's going to be in great shape. Even knocking down the War Prism there, I believe. Sees the Protoss army. He cannot fight this for now, so yeah, there it is. He's going to pick up and head in towards the main base. Needs to be a little bit careful. He's going to run out of boost energy eventually, so now, here we go. Blink. There's no blink. So it's all just going to be about walking all the way back around.
That's a nice overcharge there.
Yeah, he goes down the charge upgrade though, gets the Mothership Core as well, and then you see it, he can just pick back up and go out. Oh, loses the medevac. So that's a good pick off there for Taunt, but mind you, he's still behind the base, losing charge. This is not looking very good here for our Protoss friend.
He'll be fine.
You think so?
I believe. We've got this third CC here from Jack the Reaper. Not really doing anything at the moment. The SCV just looks like... Can you see the animation? It's like, oh, what am I doing? There we go, finally. Yeah, I mean, the economy from Terran could become explosive if you can just keep putting pressure outside the natural and holding him there. I would suppose that would be the good option. Just try and drain the mineral supply, leave it until a little bit later on in the game, and then starve him. We saw that previously, right? That's exactly what we saw from the Terran previously in the series. It worked very well.
Let's see how this pans out in this game, though. 3 Colossus in total. Does not have extended thermal lance. This is one of the most baseline upgrades for this kind of composition that you need. It increases the range of your Colossus attacking by 2, bringing them up to a total range of 8. Now, moving out without that crucial upgrade.
He's going for Vikings, right? So he's looking to counter this hard. I think it's sensible.
Yeah, but this is a Protoss army that doesn't have charge, no blink, no extended thermal lance, only +1 attack. Jack the Reaper, as long as he just sits back and waits for his Vikings, he's going to decimate this army. Because he kills the Colossus, then it's only going to be Gateway. And,
except for he's not doing that.
Yeah, he needs to just fall back here. Use these Vikings. Yeah, this is very smart. Use the terrain to your advantage. The Stalkers are going to struggle in getting that. Oh, taking out this War Prism. That's a very, very good kill there for the Terran. He's actually not spending his money very well right now. You can see he's got a lot of minerals in the bank. Same thing with gas. I don't know what he's doing, man. That's a big stim. Gets 1 Colossus. A couple of force fields do go down. Those are some very nice force fields trapping about half of the army. And all the Vikings are now gone. Jack the Reaper is actually looking to be in a lot of trouble.
That's unfortunate. I think he's actually taking these engagements a little bit too preemptively. Because he just doesn't... He doesn't even have the health on his units, on his Marines, Marauders to actually go through with this. Oh, man. It's not a favorable engagement.
No, the macro has really been slipping from here. He's even got this bunker that he can use to just soak a little bit of extra damage, but he's not going to be doing that. Both of these players just looking so indecisive. Jack the Reaper, I don't understand though. Like his money is so high, but now only now is he starting to spend it a little bit more seriously. But at this point in the game, it might be too late. Turnt is, on his doorstep, and even without these unupgraded Colossus, he's busting through the front door.
I think especially when you see the SCVs coming in, being pulled in. Look how many are getting lost at the moment. 30 SCVs. I mean, you start to think he knows he's losing this.
Yeah, I think this is going to be
use of the Vikings there.
Yeah, it's over, man. 40 supply remaining. He doesn't pull through, but it's okay. Sometimes, in order to, you know what they say.
Well, great comeback from Turnt, really.
Yeah, that was to me that was a very messy game, to be honest, from either side. But that does mean that
it's messy. But I think when you do get that kind of early aggression, someone throws you a little bit off your your familiarity build. I do like that. I like when you see players who really are thinking on the spot and on their feet, because there is that additional. When you just have a routine and something just gets injected into the middle of it and you're gone. That's it. And when you get like two players that are just kind of you do get an interesting game, but great stabilization there to take down Jack the Reaper.
Was a little bit messy. I feel as if like comparing it to how he looked when I was casting him live, he looked very different. Looked a lot more confident in those offline games, which is very interesting. Generally, it's the other way around. Now, anyway, this means that we are looking at a 2-2 scoreline, guys, and with that, we're actually going to be going into an ace game. So we'll see who we're going to be playing now for that final map.
Well, it's going to be Casa or Turned. I can't see Kwai being in the ace match here. But out of the three Terran players, sorry. I imagine just based on the fact of wins, it'd be Phoenix or Arsema. Phoenix was quite strong, wasn't he? Phoenix played a stable game.
Yeah, Phoenix was pretty solid.
I'd expect we'd either see a rematch of Phoenix Casa or we'd see Phoenix Turned. But we'll find out.
Yeah, I think like even with the way that game panned out, like Phoenix Casa was very back and forth. It could have been either one of those players' games. Really, was pretty cool. Like I like it when it gets scrappy and weird like that. Those are always quite fun. Let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna be waiting, guys, for the admin to get the notification of whatever player is gonna be sent out here for the ace match for either side. In the meanwhile, Dan.
Oh, yes. When you say my name like that, I worry. What what are you about to suggest?
I forgot what I was going to suggest. Actually.
Thank God.
Yeah, lucky you. Whenever I figure it out, then it's over, man. Your days are numbered.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited actually for the next series. I'm just and for those of you guys, go and check out the brackets. You can ! brackets in Twitch chat at any point to bring up the season 2 week 2 group stage. And have a look at what's coming up. We have some really good games from players that played very well last week. 1F Pro Gaming, who 3-0'd in their last week show up against Varun 5, who they did win their matchup 3-2, gave us our only ace game of last week. That's going to be interesting, I think, because they're two teams that have, we've got a 3-0 and a 3-2. They're strong players. The games were relatively close, so we have an interesting one. But we get to see Demilove again. Demilove made a big appearance last week, didn't he? Because he played that ace match.
Accept the party invite thing, by the way. The lobby invite.
Yeah, no problem. Do we finally have the two players announced?
Yeah, we'll see when we drop into the lobby itself. I'm just waiting on someone here. See who that's gonna be. I apologize beforehand, by the way. I'm starting to lose it, Dan.
It's okay. It's no worries.
I'm generally quite good at sort of keeping it together, but I'm legitimately starting to lose my marbles, man.
It's fine. It's a sleep deprivation can do that to you. It's
yes.
Yes.
Well, you know that when you're the last man standing, remember, there's always that rum. Except there's no rum, guys. I will find no solace from my fleshy prison. My only purpose in life is to move forward and talk about video games.
I'm actually impressed at how much you've done with your career in casting, actually, Tenchi. It's you have a lot of high profile events.
Thank you. You know what? I'm probably more impressed than you are. Do you know why? Because I'm like, wow, I can't even like make myself a sandwich, and I managed to talk my way.
I like your perception of it. I watch a lot of your stuff, actually. I actually put a lot of your casts on and things whilst I'm at work. I've been watching some of the other events, and
that's very kind of
I enjoy it. I actually enjoy it. That's why I'm I want to say proud. Pleased to be casting with you.
I'm glad, Dan. I really want to like.
Have you noticed like how many times I've tried to give you the opportunity to say, yeah, I'm pleased to be casting with you too.
Yes,
It's just...
I know, and it's like plain as day. It's really easy to see that that's what you're doing, and that's why
so transparent.
I want to throw it in the other direction. You feel me? And like throw you under the bus, but I'm not gonna do that. It's good. It's good to be working with you as well, Stormless.
Thank you.
Anyway, we are gonna get into our ace game, guys. So here we are, in the top left, in the blue. We actually casted this guy last week. Pretty good. He's come back, guys, from Megaton. It is going to be Moriarty.
That's right, and in the bottom right-hand side of our ace match map Odyssey, playing as the Protoss in the red trunks, it is going to be Turnt. Is it Turnt or we turn T just because of the capitals?
That's a good question, actually.
Right.
I was thinking it was like turnt, just like turnt. You know?
Turnt like burnt, but
yes, exactly.
I think it might be Turnt T. We can analyze that later. For now, it's Turnt. I think
it's Turnt right now. Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. So Moriarty, who wasn't in the standard series lineup, has come in.
Yeah,
I like this because it's a wild card.
In the rules, you can bring out anyone who's on your team roster for the ace match. That's as far as I understand that. I was seeing that in the chat from Usuri, who's of course a very gracious admin. So far, nothing weird going on, guys. Just your older standard TVP.
Look at this probe. He's trying to mind his own business. A little bit of scouting, but actually just keeps stopping on like the STV. Pick it off. So perhaps not the kind of recon we were expecting there from probe.
By the way,
Moriarty though scouting the second next to natural.
Take a look into the main base here of Turnt. You can see this one probe is moving around the outside of the gateway.
Mm-hmm.
This is very inefficient gas mining. Okay, he's adding like an extra, the whole trip that it would be from Nexus to gas, but he's doing that ×2 with this extra probe. So he's being very inefficient with that. By the way, just a small detail for you guys out there: don't do that, because it slows you down, and Protoss are very dependent on gas.
This probe is an introvert and doesn't like being with the other probes. It's just but as a reward, because he gets to work alone, he's actually more efficient, carries more points.
Disclaimer, that's actually not true. Do not believe his lies.
Okay, Adept coming in to the main for Moriarty, who's traded the barracks for the factory block, leaves an SCV outside, which is going to be taken down. There's nothing too extravagant going on here. I actually really respect when we get an ace game, especially when it's a BO1 format and the players play a stable game.
Yeah, just playing it standard.
Yeah, I think it's kind of respectful to the tournament, because it means, you know, like we want to win this. Let's not do anything that's too risky.
Okay, once more turn though. This is again very interesting to me that he opens up with a single immortal. Like, it's a very good unit if you want to deflect early game pressure from Terran. But because he came up, he saw the natural command center, he saw the 1-1 setup. Terran can't really do anything significant to you for the next 2 minutes. You know, it's a bit of a weird decision. It's actually going to be relatively costly of an investment. 250 minerals, 100 gas. Now he's going to go into Blink. You know, like I've been saying, Dan, when it comes down to all of these small decisions being made in sequence, this is one of them that I don't really understand. He's getting a second immortal actually, so like maybe he's going to try to go an immortal drop. But I still find it somewhat perplexing to see stuff like this.
I'm just kind of seeing where it goes. It's a difficult one. We do see Widowmine drop coming in for Moriarty. Actually, I was expecting that the Widowmines may... He has been scanning, so Widowmine in the base, probably just in case of an Oracle. But he's invested heavily into this. 4 Widowmines. And if you can drop those... If you can drop 2 in the main and the natural...
Yeah, that's gonna be the dream, right? But
it's
we'll see if... Oh, okay, actually turned with the probe. He does spot out the medevac, so he should expect that it's coming through. He does have the mothership core in position. Needs the photon overcharge. All of these pylons right away. Do it right now. Turned. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, rip. There we go. Enjoy losing 7 probes. That is
7.
That is brutal. Look at this now. He's going to move his army up to the main. But Moriarty is coming in, man. This guy is a sneaky bugger. Okay. Turn does actually react there, so he pulls the probes, which is, of course, good. But he's going to lose a lot of mining time now. Finally, we do see the Observer coming out. But losing already 7 probes there, man, to the...
Potentially, he doesn't have the Stalkers by the Widowmine in the main, and there's a lot stacked up there.
Oh, no. Oh, no! And the Observer goes down as well! And there the photon overcharge comes in.
Okay, this is looking bad for Protoss at the moment. We still have the medevac hanging around with an extra Widowmine. He has spotted perhaps that the 3rd Nexus is going down. Won't drop there though. It looks like he's going to. No, he is. He's going to drop there.
Okay, there we go. Widowmine in the main gets cleaned up finally. But look at how much mining time he's losing. He's not mining from his natural expansion. There's a Widowmine hidden behind this pylon. And there's another one up here to the top left. Turnt, man. He is not looking to be in very good shape. That was kind of cute. Okay, that was not so cute. Shoot your own pylon for good measure, man. It's like a stress ball. You know, you squeeze it and you feel a little bit better after losing so many workers. He's down to 34 probes. He's got the 3rd base on the way, right? So you'd kind of go like, hey, this is decent for Protoss. He can still swing back in terms of the economy. But he's not really doing anything. Like, he made Immortals. He's completely misunderstood what's actually coming his way. Because right now you can see that Moriarty, he's just going into Biomine. And Biomine is very good versus Blinkstalkers and Immortals. You need to get like some sort of consistent tankiness with the depths of Zealots, but just not there.
I really like what Moriarty is doing. The economic pressure is intense. Scouting again with the Reaper here may even pull some of the army. Manages to get them to blink. An opportunity perhaps where the Marauder Marines mines can set up. There we go. Shade's going to reveal that. Widowmines. There we go. Finally getting the setup. The ship core has to be careful.
Okay, moving forward here. Moriarty actually needs to be careful about how he pisses this. He cannot attack into this defensive position from Protoss just yet. Instead, he's going to actually just pick up into these 3 medevacs. See if he can come around and hit the natural expansion from the back.
Oh, this would be brutal. In fact, the Protoss is moving over to the natural. I think he predicts that this is going to happen. We do see some Marines and Marauders, which will possibly go down into the 3rd expansion. Oh! There's the drop. Nice blinking, though.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. The splash damage! The medevacs are gone, but there's still so much bio here, and the Stalkers are fighting unsupported. They do not do well versus Marauders, Danny boy. Oh, this is brutal. Finally, the Immortals clean up the lost Marauders. But 9 additional probes died. He's gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna try to build cannons, but the Widowmine's blocking you. Watch him lose this entire mineral line. Do you want to see it? It's like the Joker. I'm gonna make this mineral line disappear. Okay, it actually disappeared down to the other side, but hey, it's still the same trick. The effect is the same.
It's tough to watch. We see the 3rd CC heavily in effect for production at the moment. It's looking pretty grim. Pretty grim for Tone right now. Interestingly, you know, like in those engagements, a lot of the time what he's been doing is pulling the shot from the Widowmine and then using Blink to try and like negate the missile. It was unfortunate because he blinked in to deal with the medevacs. Actually worked completely in the opposite direction as he had no escape method.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
And I felt bad when that happened. Do you know what I mean? Because he'd actually been microing quite well previously against the Widowmines. That time was a little bit of a misjudgment, perhaps.
It's just like when you're, when you're trying, and everything just keeps going wrong anyway. I feel that's sort of the story here that we are getting. Just sort of look over this, right? Turtle's invested a lot in the defense. He's built 2 cans, that's 300 minerals. At the back lines here, he's kind of thrown down a little, like, haphazardly added in a Dark Shrine for no apparent reason. I feel as if he's somewhat lost in what he wants to actually be doing here, right? Like, because of composition, he still has these Immortals, which is like, yeah, that's all fun and dandy, but you still lack the correct supportive army. You can see these Stalkers just melt into these Bioforces.
Alright, we'll watch that one. There's a Warp Prism heading up to Terran. It looks like Terran's main. So maybe he's going to try and pull something off here.
Could see a Warp in here with a bunch of Zealots. Turn to...
Or he could sit there and twirl.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, he loses the Mothership core at the front. The Widow Mines there. 2 more Stalkers die as well. Oh, wait. Oh! Wait, what?
This is actually pretty sick.
6 DTs will... There aren't enough units here for Terran to actually kill these DTs effectively. He might have to pull pull SCVs. Oh my god, no way. He has so much scan and he should be able to keep scanning here, but these DTs are killing them before they actually kill them. What? Okay, finally clean that up.
Not that many SCVs.
Hey guys, 2 more DTs. Let's throw away resources. Oh, the War Prism. Ah! It overstayed its welcome.
Alright, let's think positively here. Like, what he has done at least is pulled the Terran army back to its main, which gives him a little bit more time to build up on his front line. And a little bit of time of kind of safe economy. So it's not all doom and gloom right now. It's about to be, but well, should we see +2 attack come in?
Oh man, whooping in on top of the Widow Mine.
See, I like that. I love what he does with the blinks.
Yeah, it's a cute.
I
move,
think that's
right?
really cool.
Okay, moving in towards the main base. Taunted isn't actually going to care about this in terms of just blinking up onto the high ground, and now letting this entire army unload in the main. This is a travesty. Immortal goes down. Gateway starting to fall left and right. A couple of DTs gets added into the mix here, but a good scan can just go down and clean everything up. Oh, he blinks forward again, and this is again what we saw in the natural. DT swiping away down, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
The DTs will probably... Oh, no, they're not at all. Straight on top of that. Good scan. Oh, potentially that looks like a GG to me. I'm pretty sure it's coming. We've got a second squad of Marauders pulling into the natural, and...
Yeah, look at the supply, dude.
Turn has anything to deal with this right now. GG should, I imagine, be called any second.
Yeah, it's coming.
It was a valiant defense. But Moriarty stepping in for the ace game. GG.
There it is, guys. Ape Gaming take the set 3-2. Turned out to be pretty solid, guys. Moriarty, yeah, sort of just pulling him apart, man. Turned just the Widow Mines. Oh, the humanity.
Widow Mines are definitely MVP in this scenario.
Yeah.
It's a shame. You know what's a real shame is seeing the Observer go down as well.
Oh god, that is the worst. When
that was really like that was kind of sad to see.
It's like when you bring it in and you're ready to clear like the mineral line, and then you forget about the Observer and it dies to splash damage. Like that is the worst feeling in the world, man.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like that is the in-game equivalent of stubbing your toe in real life.
The analogy. You know, I curled my toes up when you said that.
Stubbing your toe is so painful, dude. Like it's the worst.
I agree. Well, that's going to finish the 3rd out of 4 series today. Ape Gaming Esports with a 3-2 win.
Yeah, man.
over VTL. I'm actually kind of sad for the Vietnamese VTL United, because like the games we've cast have actually, there's been some really good stuff that just hasn't been closed out. They've had like really good moments and just haven't closed the games, which is sad. Both VTLU 1 and 2 are currently lost both round 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that series we just cast was really because Ape Gaming and VTLU2 got 3-0'd last week. So it was really important for both of them to win this. But very sadly, unfortunately, VTLU2 and 1 are the teams that are full losses on both rounds.
Yeah, it's rough, man. And the thing is, it doesn't get easier, the further we go forward in this tournament. So they're definitely gonna have to step up, man, or else they're facing elimination. They face the chopping block. Now that being said, we're gonna take 20-minute break, guys, before we come back with the continuation and the last series here today. It is going to be between 1F Pro Gaming and Varun 5. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. We're actually gonna let the stream just keep running, and we'll listen to some dank tunes, and hopefully we won't get Twitch banned. So we'll see you guys in like 20 minutes, as we'll come back with 1F Pro Gaming versus Varun 5.
Take a deeper breath and give it time. You can walk the path among the lines, but always know that you'll be safe. I'll be here throughout your days. Come find me and we will play. As I fell to the ocean floor, fading light through an open door, I saw myself rise with the water. They thought they could keep me down, hold their breath and watch me drown, but all they did is push me higher. We don't care what they say, we will be here all day. We'll stay until it's over, till the world's out of sight. We will stand, we will fight, it's not over till it's over. Through the nights in the rain, through the time and the pain, the stand will never fall. And then at the end of it all, we will win, we will chant, it's not over till it's over. As the sun steps down and escapes the day, we'll calmly walk away from the fray. When structure falls and all else fails, we will build it once again. Turns to grey, we'll calmly walk away from the fray. When structure falls and all else fails, we will build it once again. We can climb high, higher than before, or we could stand by while it burns to the floor, though we cannot fly. We will build and the wounds will mend as we build it once again.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the SOTL Season 2 of 2017. Oh, we're getting ready, guys, for the last series. Dan.
Hell yes, we are. It's going to be good. 1F Pro Gaming versus Varun 5. And can we just pay attention to Varun 5's profile picture?
You know,
Hilarious still.
so sick.
It caught me so off guard. I know I keep saying it, but I laugh.
Okay, we're gonna start on Ascension to Aya, guys. Here it is. Not gonna be done in the order as you saw there on the overlay. We are gonna start with these two guys. So down in the bottom right in the purple, playing 1F Pro, hailing from Sweden. It is going to be Winter.
And in the top left-hand side of Ascension to Aya? Did I say it right at the time, Tenchi?
Uh-huh.
It's going to be VOJ playing as the Orange Zerg.
Alright, so some pretty bold moves being pulled out here already, man. Winter going for the 14-13. Pardon me. Yeah, 14-13. And Voj going for the 16-17 safe opening here into a hatchery. So, the goal here now for Winter is to either gun down this hatchery or get on top of the drone line and do enough damage that they equalize. Or at least so that Winter wins. Now, the question is he actually going to just skip the natural expansion? It does look like it. He's getting 2 guys spending gas. So yeah, he's going for the Baneling Nest. It's going to be no additional expansion here for Winter, man. He's putting all of his eggs in one basket right off the bat.
You know how risky this is, but I sure love seeing it. Gonna take down the Lings for VOJ. He's actually pulling some drones over to try and help.
Yeah, this is the right call here, but the danger is going to be when the Banelings come in, man. He's got 2 being morphed right now here in the back lines. 4 in total. The Queen is here as well. Speed soon about to kick in here for Winter. Remember, this is a very high pressure build. No, this is actually, pardon me, this was not a 14-13, this was a 13-12. Very... So. They're coming through. That isolates the Queen.
They get this. Queen down, Lings go straight in for the drone line. This is huge.
Oh, the Banes!
He's got another Bane to come as well. Could finish off all the drones straight away at the start.
GG. It's over now.
Wow, what a high octane build to enter the first game of the series with.
Every drone is dead.
Devastating.
Every single drone is dead.
You couldn't have executed that more perfectly. Look at that.
Okay. That's it. Yeah, I mean, he's just... I don't know, he's just biding his time, I guess. There's nothing left. It's all ogre, man.
Wow, it's interesting. It just... amazing how quickly things can go downhill. What a push. Great aggression.
You know how it is, right? This matchup, man, it's so fast-paced, so aggressive.
We've always said that, actually.
Relentless.
ZVZ has been hyper-aggressive right from the get-go, but I have not seen that once, Tenchi, since I've been involved in StarCraft.
It's extremely volatile, this matchup. You know, one misstep and then that's it. Like, so the 2 builds, the way they measure up, VOW or VOJ, he's actually quite well set up there to actually defend that. Even though the Banelings are included, it's just about having the Queens on your ramp, and then you target firing the Banelings. Then maybe if you lose a Queen, you can still keep trading because eventually your opponent is going to run out of steam. But yeah, that didn't happen. So very quick first victory here, guys, for 1F Pro Gaming.
Absolutely. And we do say wow. We do say the sweetest goodbye to VOJ.
Yeah, cheeky win there for Winter.
Absolutely.
Do you want to know something? Winter is also one of my boys. I have many boys in the SOTL. Psyark, Winter, Jack D. Reaper. Demi Love, also one of my boys.
No bias. We don't do bias casting here.
No
It's,
bias.
no, absolutely not. I mean, I'm absolutely happy to support the opposite that you support, Tenchi. Varun 5 are definitely people I can get behind.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So Demi Love is somebody who we saw 2 times last week. Lost the actual in-series game, won the ace match in a rematch between himself and Mayo Micah, which was a really good
That's
matchup. So he won his ZVZs. This time he's got a ZVP against Bistork, and to my recollection, Bistork cleared his
I think.
PVZ last week very, very easily.
I'm not sure if it's Bystalk or Beastalk. I think it's Bystalk actually.
But yeah, we can call him Bystalk. It's fine.
Not 100% of that one. So if, correct me if
It's
I'm
tough
wrong,
to
guys.
it's tough to get it right every time unless you've heard it said before. Do you know what I mean? Or you've
Yeah.
heard the official.
That's,
We can call him Bystalk. I'm happy with that.
That's for sure. I think the next one is going to be coming. I think it's going to be Bystalk coming up next day, guys. Could also be McIntyre versus Smile, who's representing Varun 5. Smile, I believe he's on the My Insanity Academy team. Actually, I think he's like MYI Smile, if I'm not mistaken. In game at least. See what match we're gonna get here, guys. Obviously, it's gonna be a little bit of downtime, but no biggie. We'll just chill for now. If only I had a cold one. Would be solid.
I've already had mine actually.
I know, like 1 in the morning.
10 a.m. Tenchi. 10 a.m.
Ah yes.
Had a bit of downtime. Guys who are on the stream, whilst we have this downtime, we are hugely grateful that you guys are here and supporting the channel, supporting Southeast Asian players and tournaments. If you are new here, if you haven't been here before, and you just want to throw a little bit of support, costs you nothing, please give a follow to the channel. It would be very appreciative to us. And also check out our sponsors, Dank Shrine, who have been a huge benefactor to the event. Dank Shrine, of course, does SC2 podcasts, the latest in the scene, with some good ways of keeping up to date with players and tournaments and things. They've been very, very generous, and it really, really is the least you could possibly do in supporting StarCraft if you were to support that way. Angel, one of the moderators, said it's Bistalk like biscuit.
Wait,
so I was right, actually.
is it biscuit? Oh,
Bistalk as in biscuit.
biscuit. That reminds me. It's just like really on a completely unrelated note, but this was when I was like 17 or something, and a friend of mine, a friend and I, we tricked my girlfriend at the time that it was pronounced biscuit, and so she walked, and so she said biscuit for 2 years. Until
oh no, that's
until it's like someone's like mom was like, why do you say it that way? And she's like, what?
oh, it's so cruel.
Biscuit. Man, still bring it up sometimes when I see her. It's like, hold out a pack like, do you fancy a biscuit? No.
Lifelong scars, Tenchi. Lifelong scars. That's what you've inflicted.
That's what I'm representative of, man. That's just me. Just never-ending suffering.
I want to point something out. Can I point something out here? Just
Yeah.
whilst we're going in the so this is the SOTL Southeast Asian
Aye.
Open Team League, right?
Aye.
Okay.
Correct.
McIntyre, Canadian. Smile,
Stop.
Peruvian. I'm just wondering what the setup is like, because how are the
I don't know.
Oh, perhaps it's the nationality. We had this discussion earlier about players who had been in other countries, like where they're situated, where they're currently based. Do they take on that nationality in game? I suspect, like McIntyre, maybe he's in Southeast Asia at the moment. Maybe he's put down his kind of bloodborne nationality.
I honestly do not know. That's actually a very good question, man.
Find out on week 3 of SOTL. I'm going to find out the answer to this whilst we're away and make sure it's plugged.
I believe in you, Dan.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. The next series coming up, we're actually going to be switching series here, guys, because of a bit of a hiccup in terms of player attendance. So I think the one we're going to be going into now is yours versus Iger's. And again, Iger's, who originally was Terran, played Zerg in last week's group. And that was super weird for me to see, because I'm so used to him it's just like, nah, man. Well, see how he does now for the ZVZ that he has coming up.
ZVZ is I have to say, like, I'm enjoying ZVZ the way that we've seen it at the moment. It's just like the games, we've had one game I think that's lasted a reasonable amount of time. Otherwise they've been over in...
When you say reasonable, how long is that exactly?
Okay, so reasonable for me is a bad indicator of time, because
yeah,
you know, my background in RTS is games that are 30 minutes to 40 minutes, you know, kind of as an average. What I mean reasonable by Zerg is that, you know, like some of the games we've seen haven't lasted more than 7 minutes, like 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
We saw a really good one. We were talking was it Kiwi? Was it Kiwi we were talking about? With the roaches? With the, I believe so. Where it did last a long time. And actually, those are really interesting matchups, because I just love the speed that Zerg plays at. I actually really respect looking at the players who are managing the kind of quantity and speed factors in the game. But again, you know, like this matchup produces some of the most phenomenal early game closures that I've ever seen in any RTS. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to cast another ZVZ. And then I think we have, let me get this right. It's mainly ZVZ for the rest of this, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
ZVZ, ZVP.
That's the name of the game, friend. Okay, so coming up, guys, we are going to have Iger's versus yours. It's going to be an Australian versus Australian.
Australian.
Battle of the Wallaby and the Kangaroo. Can we say that?
No.
Okay. I would have liked to say that, but anyway.
Good job you didn't.
Yeah, well, here it is, guys. The Battle of the Wallaby and the Kangaroo. In the top right, in the blue. He packs a punch. It is going to be yours for 1F Pro.
The blue roo.
The blue roo.
And on the bottom left-hand side of Mech Depot, Iagus playing as the red Zerg. Wallaby, whichever.
Ha ha ha.
I just want to... You did check it was not the New Zealand flag, right? Because they're very similar.
They're not super similar. I can tell the difference.
Okay, I'm going to trust you. If you're wrong, I'm coming for you. But otherwise, well done.
Yeah. You know what? £50 that I'm right. Here
No.
now. Take it.
No.
Take it,
Absolutely.
Stormless. What? Why? Do you not believe in your own like knowledge? Do you
No.
not have? Oh no.
I was just making a point.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair then.
Not enough for £50. No way.
25. I dare you,
I don't have a
Stormless.
price. I don't have a price, Tenchi. Sorry. I appreciate what you're doing. You're a great caster. You're a great negotiator.
Tenshi, quickly. You have to solve this hostage crisis. Like,
25 pounds.
25 pounds. We'll give you this voucher and you can get an extra pizza from Domino's if you order using this code. At least let the women and children go. You have a deal, sir.
Many a heist solved by Domino's.
Man, how solid was that when I was over? Just blew my mind. Like that you got a free pizza when you ordered for like 40 pounds or something. Like, what the hell? Like, that doesn't exist in this country, man. You never get freebies in Sweden. Everything costs money. Like, one fresh gulp of air is, you know...
I was surprised about that.
Oh,
I was actually
sucks.
surprised at how third world it was. But,
And everything closes as well, like, at 9 p.m.
Well, Tenchi, we have all the time in the world to complain about Sweden's economy. That being said, speaking of economy, one is about to become under siege by Lings.
Nah,
Well,
nah,
defended
nah.
by a few Lings and a queen.
He's good, man. Look at this. Like, the queen is on top of the ramp. He's got the 4 lings. This is some nice positioning from Igus, by the way. Keeping the lings in front of the queen. To make sure she stays alive a little bit longer. Some people would argue that you want to keep the queen in front of the lings so that, you know, she absorbs more damage. She's got a lot of HP. Not going to be anything for that right now. So throwing down the evolution chamber and the roach horn, starting the lair as well. It's going to be... Oh, damn. This is a super fast lair from Igus, actually. Which... With the extra gases being taken here, this makes me a little bit curious. Is he going to try to rush up to Mutalisks here? He's not going up to the 4th gas just yet. But with these 3, he could easily go into +1 and roach speed. I think that's what we're going to see, Dan. +1 and roach speed here from both sides.
You can see we have the +1 coming in. I kind of like what he's done here as well, because we have the natural wall. Thanks to these 2 buildings. Just defending by the Lings and the Queen that can kind of finish that wall off. It's just very difficult for yours to really get much going at the moment. You see the Queen coming over here off creep, trying to get the Overlord.
Yeah, the Lings here. Even the drone taking part of the engagement a little bit there to just fight these Lings off. He wants to plant down the 3rd base, Igus that is. Roaches now show up.
I won't lie to you, essentially. I mean, I find the
Oh!
I find
Oh, the drone!
nice save to get that hat trick going. I like that. Lings versus Lings without any speed upgrades. You know, just kind of reminds me of playground fights. Do you know what I mean? Just like you go in, take a little bit of a punch, run away. It's,
Yeah, they're definitely.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's
they're
like
not,
child's play. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
they're not very dramatic, are they?
No, it's not. It's quite feeble. But actually, this is probably one of the slower starts to any Zerg game we've cast so far in the tournament.
Yeah,
The thought process.
But both players really just pacing themselves here. You know, they're taking it easy, showing one another a fair amount of respect. Just gonna go straight into the mid game here. I mean, we're pretty much skipping the early game that is so volatile in ZVZ, and this is what things can definitely get very explosive. Like, it's a little bit deceiving. You might think that, you know, we're not going to see anything too big here, but with this now, this is okay. This is actually a really good catch. Yours stepping forward, shaving off a couple of roaches. Mind you, he does have the +1 attack, but it starts +2 right away. 8 more drones getting added in, so he's going to start saturating this 3rd base. Actually chasing Igus all the way back over to his side of the map now.
Yeah, it was good counter aggression, actually. It's very... Just like, one army walks all the way up the map, get chased back down, they walk over again. It's kind of calming. Relaxing game.
No, see, that's dangerous, man. Because if we slow down and the game is too passive for too long, I'm going to pass out here. I'm going to crash. So, these guys need to fight. Fight.
They are fighting Tenchi. We see Roach Ravager combination coming up against Roaches in the center. And yours, I think, confidently pushing away that engagement. Just once again, full retreat
wow.
from, I guess.
yours actually just taking a pretty big supply lead here in terms of army supply. You can see right there, he's about 30 or so army supply up now. Stepping forward, he does have the Ravages in the mix there. Corrosive Bile, of course, very useful in just forcing the roaches back. It does mean that your army isn't actually shooting a lot of the time because they're busy moving backwards. You can see it right there. A couple of roaches just backing off. And he's just going to push on forward here. A couple of drones that were rallied between the bases coming off as well. Yours might just break Igers right off the bat here. Oh my god, there it is. GG.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
No, I was expecting that to be a lot longer than it was. Clutch engagement. If he hadn't have pushed, that game could have gone on for a very long time, don't you?
Yes, sir. So that's a thing that happened.
What's that?
Just a convincing victory there from yours. I mean, that means that 1F Pro are up 2 games now, guys. One more match is all it takes, and we will have another 3-0. Still had a ton of those here, guys, in this tournament so far.
Yeah, a situation we're familiar with.
Yeah, that's not great.
So actually, because the order of the games has changed, so we've done Winter VOJ. Sorry, yeah, VOJ. Yours, I guess. Oh no, we did do the other. We did one before, didn't we? They had different team names. So Demilove, Bistalk.
Yeah. Mac Attack versus Smile is also in the cards here.
Didn't we do that one under different names, or did I get that
No,
wrong?
we have not cast that one.
Okay, I see. That was the
Yes.
confusion before. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I
Okay,
just,
so it looks like actually just looking at the reorder, because I'm just looking at the refreshed Team Liquid page. So Macintac and Smile, that looks like it's our game 3.
okay. See if that one is gonna take place there, because we weren't finding him initially there, so that's of course something to
No, I think they've rearranged the games just because there was some issues with presence of players. But I don't think actually ordering it that way shouldn't change too much. It's gonna be a TVZ if we do have that matchup.
Let's see.
I don't think.
Yeah, no, it is gonna be yeah, the Mac Attack versus Mal TVZ, Bistalk versus
Done.
Demilove, PV. Let's see. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just watching the watching the lobby chat just to see what's happening.
Yeah, just so it looks as if McIntyre is not present. So just gonna confirm here. So we might actually have a walkover here where Smile's team Varun 5 gets 1 point on the board. Just gonna make sure
Okay.
that it's just gonna make sure that it gets confirmed by our admin. Okay. So it looks as if we are actually going to skip one set there. So Smile is going to be getting the walkover there versus McIntack. And that actually puts the scoreline into 2-1, guys. You can see it right there. And then we can also...
I gotta say, actually, the admins look like they're doing great work here just to keep things running quickly and efficiently. Good decision making, because a lot of stuff, Tenchi, you know, that I've done has been just the biggest task in the world to get players to do things, or do you know what I mean, or to turn up. I actually, you know who DevM is, right?
Yeah.
DevM didn't turn up for one of our games, but we were actually because he was the #1 seed in our tournament. At the stage we were at 64 players, we were just like, we have to get him here. So we actually team raided as admins his Facebook profile. Like, we were posting statuses. Anybody that knows Joao, please call him. Please get him to ring this number. Get him awake if you're his family. Go to his bedroom, wake him up.
Wow.
And they actually did. A family member had his Facebook
That's
woke him
nutty,
up for
man.
the tournament. Absolutely, yes. I don't think people realize how much admin work goes into
But
getting
that,
players
that,
to.
that that's not even admin work, man. That just goes beyond, you know, the sort of standard Call of Duty for an admin. Like for me, when I've been working as an admin, it's like make sure the tournament operates smoothly. If there's anything that inconveniences the players, I will do it. As long as it doesn't get in the way of the tournament operating smoothly, you know, like if a player is like, oh, it's too cold, I'm like, yeah, wear fingerless gloves, man. Like, I don't know, you know, like you have to. I'm harsh, dude. Like I'm harsh in everything I do. I think I try to.
I think you should be harsh, actually. And it's
No,
actually,
I am like in pretty much everything I do, you know.
Rip the 3-0 dream, says Scarecrow.
Man can dream.
I'm kind of glad, to be honest, because Demilove and Bistalk is a matchup I do want to see, to be honest.
Yeah, that is going to be the
It's
next
a shame
one,
we don't get
guys.
to see Smile play, because Smile wasn't on the roster last week, and he is now. That would have filled out the last of our Terran for the day, and the TVZ is actually really good fun. I
Yeah,
think.
by the way, join the lobby, Dan.
Oh, fantastic.
You keep getting invited, and you keep forgetting that you're getting invited.
I'm switching between screens a lot, so I can make sure that we're relaying tournament info properly. You just have to ping me.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Acolyte is going to be the next map coming up. This might be the potentially last map here, depending on if Bistalk can claim victory here over Demilove. Did cast Bistalk in the last season of the SOTL, and I think I even cast him in qualifiers for the GPL. Which, nonetheless, that is a long time ago. We are ready though, so we are going to be loading into this map, guys. Acolyte, we've actually seen this one a fair amount in this tournament so far. And it's nice. I do like Acolyte. I think it's a good map. So, especially stuff for PvZ. It is a little bit tough on the proto side of things, but simply because of the distance between the two bases. So we'll see if that comes into play anything here. Going to be kind of curious to see how Bistalk decides to play things out. Nonetheless, just let me set everything up. Storm guy. Okay.
No worries. 10 back.
Here we are, guys. Come in game. In the top right, playing for Varun 5, it is Demilove.
And on the bottom left-hand side of Acolyte, the pink Protoss, it is going to be Bistalk. Bistalk, of course, only needs to win this game in order to take round 2 for his team.
What is this? Bistalk? Why? Why must you forsake me so? He's gonna proxy gateways. This is... I mean, we don't do this anymore in this expansion, Dan. We don't do this. This is This is 24 triple proxy gateway. Demilove is going for a hatchery into gas pool. Oh, this could end very quickly. This is actually going to be a straight up 4-gate. Oh my god. Oh my god. And of
You
course
see
he doesn't
disaster.
cross
I
that.
see a man with a plan.
I
I see a man who is confident with his actions. Go on, Bistalk. Show us. I keep calling him Biscuit. Oh.
Sea biscuit.
Come on now.
Sea biscuit.
Alright, well, let's see how this goes. You've got the 4 gateways. Proxy hasn't been scouted. Overlords are pretty direct on their path
Dude,
to
this is gonna be nutty.
the Nexus.
There's gonna be so many zealots coming out here from Bistalk very quickly as well. The danger here, especially so, is if he just stacks them, you know, that he doesn't reveal that this is what he's doing. He holds back for like one more cycle of production. 6 or 7 zealots are gonna show up, and oh god, he's doing it. Oh no. Bistalk, You madman. The Overlord, look at this. The Overlord is going to come in here from Demi. He's going to be like, he's actually not going to see anything for quite some time. But when he finally shows up, he's going to be like, oh, no Nexus. But by then it's going to be way too late. The Zealots are moving in. The probe is there as well for good measure. Like a water
He's not
boy.
going to get the scouting for anything. Overlord's not going to see this. He's going to go straight in.
The probe is the water boy for these Zealots, man. They're moving up.
He knows straight away to get away from that.
Oh god, pylons getting set up as well. It's a little bit of a fake, obviously, but getting the queen already. This is... Demi is in so much trouble, man.
Oh, interesting. I like the way the drone's blocking the path to the queen so she can do the damage to the Zealots. Nice little pull there, but it looks like there's more than enough than the queen can handle alone.
Okay. Vistog needs to not hesitate here. He needs to try to just fight this. Even if the drones come off the lines here, he can keep sending and rallying Zealots. He cannot allow the Zerg to get enough of these links. Now, okay, massive surround comes in right now. You can see that he's trying to mineral walk these drones, but there are so many Zealots present, and the surface area just isn't there for the links.
Oh man, there's so much being pulled away from the mineral line as well in these engagements. So much time being spent. Very efficient Protoss mining going on right now. The hatchery.
Jesus.
GG is called.
Oh my.
Bistork showing us how it's done.
Yep. Jesus, guys.
Tenchi, we haven't seen this. This is in 2014. Boom. 2017. 4 gateway proxy Zealots.
Well,
Boom.
that was just that was a 4-minute game. Just rallying Zealots off the back of 4 gateways.
Do you know, really ironically, I've never seen this before. I have no idea what's happening right now to my menu on StarCraft, but they appear to be touring planets with year numbers on. Looks like some kind of esports thing, but it came up with 2014 as we were going.
Yeah.
Such a coincidence.
Well, guys. So it looks as if 1F Pro will claim victory in this series, 3-1 versus Varun 5. Poor Demi Love. Getting cheesed out here of the last game tonight. I don't even know anymore. What is it, Dan?
So sorry, I couldn't even hear you. I just watched it. It's the World Championship Series Global Finals thing on the main menu.
When you have the commentators.
It was so loud as well. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, mate. That one is so hyped though. Like it makes me pumped.
Yeah. I love the in-game kind of promotions there. Brilliant. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah. I didn't really say anything, Dan. You know,
Okay.
I think the games just speak for themselves, really. This,
I mean, that was yeah. So 3-1. That series closes out with a win for 1F Pro Gaming, and 1F Pro Gaming will be our second team that has cleared both rounds. So Bemi and 1F Pro Gaming looking the very strong contenders. Bemi hasn't dropped a game at all.
That's pretty good.
I would say so. Bemi looking like the strong contenders so far.
Well, with that, guys, that means that we're done here for today. And
Tenchi, I know you're tired, so I will list us out.
oh, can you do that?
I know you haven't.
Can you do that actually? Let's see.
I know you haven't slept, and I wish you a good night. Thank you for casting and everything. I know it's been draining.
Okay. I want to see if you can do this the right way, man. I'm handing it over to Stormless now, guys.
If I can do this the right way. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining the channel. Thank you very much for supporting the SOTL. We had a great 4 series today, a couple of 3-0s, but a couple of series where we are starting to see games being pulled back in either directions. Things are getting more interesting by the second. I want to give out a final shout out to our sponsors, Dankshrine, who've been a huge benefactor to the event and helping make this happen. Please give a follow to the channel as well if you're enjoying it and want to support a bit more of the Southeast Asian teams and players. We massively appreciate you guys being here. There will be casting next week. There may be a schedule change. So keep your eyes on the Team Liquid if you want to know the exact times and dates. because, as I recall, not confirmed, there may be a movement over to Sunday. That being said, if myself and Tenchi would be casting, a big thank you from me, because I don't know if I'll be casting next week, but a huge thank you to the SSAC for giving me the opportunity. I'm like very new to StarCraft, if you couldn't tell. So it's been really nice watching the games, really nice getting to know some of you players in chat. I will be watching. If I'm not casting, I'll be here every week. So thanks, guys, for the opportunity. I'm loving it. And thank you, Tenchi, for casting with me and showing me the ropes. But guys, we will be, or someone will be back next week for round 3. And thanks again for tuning in.